This is where I stored my dahlias last year, just in the unfinished part of my basement. I stored them in coco coir. I've actually never done this before, so I saw this one a few minutes ago and actually is starting to get some sprouts coming out of it. So I was really excited about that. I've only ever that one really doesn't look very good at all. That one's a goner. I have only had dahlias, another one that's not good. I've only had dahlias from seeds. So if I get one, I'm happy. Last year I planted seeds and they were just Walmart 50-cent pack. And I took cuttings of them and split them. I might be able to get something out of that big clump. And then I've raised dahlias from the nursery pots. They're just the short ones, not for cut flowers. But I saw a video yesterday where she took hers out of storage early and she used them, potted them up, and she used them for her cuttings. I'm gonna try that. But it may look like I only get one. We'll have to see. Let's go back outside the coco coir. Oh, that'll have something there, it looks like, possibly. It's got some weight to it. I knit to keep them moist. And I'm not sure it was really cool enough down here in the basement. Definitely not. That's got some weight. And so does that one, even though it's long and skinny. I didn't mark them because they were seed dahlias. It's got some weight. And so does that one. Most of them I didn't know what they were. Didn't bother marking the colors or anything like that. Looks like that's all of them. So that will go back outside. I'm going to take these up, pot what I can, put the rest in my compost bin. This one is quite a conglomeration. Still pretty heavy. I'm not sure. It does feel like it has some live in there. I have one piece that broke off. Not sure there's an eye or not. Possibly there. I can't tell for sure, but I'm going to pot it up. I'm going to try to cut some of these apart from each other. Let's start right in there. And there's an eye there. Put that together. Put that stem off. And there's another piece that just fell off. Can't tell if there's an eye. This definitely feels good and solid down here. So maybe from the bottom. Doesn't look like anything there. Not real sure. There's some roots, but I don't think it has the eye. Just about ready to pop this whole thing all together. Really don't want to though. Some of that old stem from last year off there, so I can get at what's going on. There's some dirt. Hard to tell. Again, like I said, if I can just get a few out of it, I will be happy. Just kind of want to try this. I've never done it. So for me, it's an experiment before I go and invest in any real expensive dahlia tubers. It can be quite costly. I want to try this year, see where it takes me. Here's my okay, there's nothing there right now. Sever in between it, at least get something, some maybe. So don't want to mess that one up. That one's got some growth on it already. Oh, that may or may not be good. You need to let that dry. I don't know if it has any eye left on it though. Possibly. It needs to dry. Piece it apart. There we go. Okay. I have some pieces I'm going to attempt to pot up in a 4-inch pot. Put them on the heat mat. See what happens. I potted up about 20 potential tubers, dahlia tubers, but I'm not really sure they're viable. I did end up with 3 that were viable. This is the first one I pulled out that I was excited about. I'm going to pot it up. Finish potting it up. And this one I will take cuttings off, put it on the heat mat down in the basement. And I'll take cuttings from it. Excited to see what kind it is. The other one was that one that I said was so skinny. And it had one on it. And there was another one that was skinny like that too. You can see it has one as well. So I'm gonna pop these 2 up and then I should be done. So here they are all on the heat mat. These are ones I'm not sure are viable. I won't give them a whole lot of time, a week or so, to see if I get anything, but it's valuable space on that heat mat, taking up a lot of room. I'll have other things that need to be there. We'll see how they do. Up here are the 3 that had some growth already, and they're on a heat mat as well, and they're also close to the light, not directly under it, but close to it. My thought is the heat mat will produce some root growth, hopefully, help with that. And then the lights will help with the green on top. And hopefully I'll have some cuttings from it soon. I spritzed them with water. Now all I have to do is wait for John to come home. He's bringing me some more styrofoam trays that have the wells in it like that to put underneath so I can bottom water them. And I guess it's time for me to go clean up the mess that was left in the storage area of the basement. These are my dahlia tubers I potted up 11 days ago. They are decorative dahlias. I started from seed. I decided to save the tubers and see how they would do. These are the 3 that I knew were viable. I came home over the weekend. I had a long weekend away with my son at an artisan show where he was selling honey. These are the 20 that I just didn't know about. I didn't even know if I wanted to waste my time with them. But I think it was worth it. Not all of them, but I'd say about 50% have some growth. So I'm going to keep them out on the heat mat. Actually, I'm going to move the ones that are doing something for sure up under the light. And then keep the others on the heat mat for a few more days at least. Pretty excited because I want to take cuttings off of these. Just kind of an experiment I'm trying before I invest in expensive dahlias. This is one that I thought was questionable. I can see some growth here. And look at the roots on this one at the bottom. So success. I have 3 of the dahlias I'm ready to take cuttings off of. I prepared 4 2-inch soil blocks. I have a new blade in my X-Acto knife. And I'm going to go right up against the tuber and slice it off. My first cutting. I'm going to cut it just a little bit more down a little bit more. Probably shouldn't have cut quite so much off. Yeah. I'm going to dip it in rooting hormone. It's kind of nice because I'm not pushing it down into dirt. I'm filling dirt in around it. When you push your cutting down into the dirt, it tends to knock the rooting hormone off, and I don't want to do that. I like the soil blocks because I'll be able to watch roots appear, see how they're doing. Like I said, I have no idea what type dahlias these are, but it's kind of a fun thing to experiment with. I always put my rooting hormone just in the lid, not dipping all the way down into the jar. Don't want to get it dirty. If there's any soil or anything, contaminate the jar. And one more. That one right there. See, I got a little bit of dirt off my hands in there, and I'll just dump that out. I'm going to take these 4, and put them on the heat mat. Hopefully later on in the week, I'll be able to make some more cuttings off some of the others.